Okay, so 24, channel 24, I have now fixed. So that way when I go to the slider, the house comes back on so we can record. All right, so remember, do not unpatch these dimmers because the house is on these dimmers, 93, 94, 95, 96, and 97. Okay, that being said, we're going to record some light cues. So I'm going to stage, and this pops up. Okay, so actually let me go to setup because I'm going to erase what I did earlier. System setup, I actually want to clear functions. I want to clear the show, so I did that, enter, enter, and then I go back to stage and everything's clear. So what I want to do is I want to record a cue. So I'm going to start with Q1. Q1 should be house. So you'll notice I have house on full. Now here's the thing with the stage lights. When you have lights up, you never want it to be at full with the ellipsoidals or the Fresnels. You can have it up to 54 is good. 76 is pushing it. You don't want to go past 76. Okay, because if you go too high, the bulbs will fry themselves. Okay, so anywhere between 54 and 76 are good for stage light percentages. Okay, when it's at full, it's at 100%, so it's really, the bulbs get really, really hot really fast, and they can break if you're not careful. So try not to have it up that high. The other hand, the house lights are fluorescent lights, so they're not what we would use on stage. So we can have those on full for a long period of time and it won't matter. All right, that being said, we're going to record a cue. So the first thing we want to record is Q1, which will be house. And so what we're going to do is I have house on full. I'm then going to come over to my board and I'm going to find the record button. Record. So we want to record Q1 with house. You notice as soon as I hit record, it's now waiting. It has this little green beeping button. And Q light has come on. So I'm going to hit Q. And then I'm going to push the number 1, enter. Okay, notice that both lights went off. That means the cue has been recorded. Okay, I now want to record half house. Half house is a 50%. So remember, we're at 100% right now. See, I have Q1 recorded. It's timed at 5. So I'm going to take the slider and I'm going to go down to 50%. Right there, you'll notice that the house is dimmed by 50%. This is a message to our audience that we're going to start the play soon, so sit your butts down and enjoy the show. So this is going to be Q2, so I'm going to push record. Look, it's flashing. Q. Doing everything backwards here. Q. Enter. Q2 has now been recorded at 50%. We now want to record Q3, which means a blackout. Q3, taking out the slider completely, the channel completely. It's now black in the house, except for the ghost light. I'm going to push record, Q3, enter. It is now recorded. Okay, so let's go back to Q1. How am I going to do that? I'm going to push back. Or else I'm not. I'm going to push go. Now I can push back. No, I can't. Oh, yes, I can. It's pushing back. So back goes back. So we're going to go to Q1. So notice I'm at Q1. Now we're going to time everything. So right now I have it at 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now I don't want it to be that, so I'm going to go back. 1, 2. Okay, so I'm going to time it. So we need to make sure that the caret, this little mark right here, is pointing at the number that we want to time. Okay, if it's not, in this case, I want to retime number 2, then this is what you're going to do. You're going to push Q2 and see the caret moved down. So now I can time Q2, which I think I told you guys I wanted it timed at a 3. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to push time. It's going to ask me what I want to enter for my upfade time. I believe I told you guys, ladies and gentlemen, that I wanted to upfade time. I wanted timed at 3. So I'm going to push 3. Okay. Enter. Now it's asking me for my down fade time, but I want my down fade time at 3 too. As well, I mean. So I'm going to push enter again. It's now timed at 3. Now I want to go on to Q number 3. I want Q number 3 to be at a 2. So, but notice the caret's there, so I have to move the caret. So I'm going to push Q3, and now it's on Q3. I'm going to push time 2, enter, enter. Okay, I'm now going to go back to Q1, Q1, enter, go. Okay, it takes us back to Q1. So now I'm going to go through. So Q1, 1, 2, 3, Q2, 1, 2. Okay, so if you want to bring an upfade time to that, I'm going to push time, upfade. I want 2, or I want upfade to be 2. I want downfade to be 3. Okay, now I'm going to go back because I really want upfade and downfade to be 2. So I'm going to push time, 2, enter, 2, enter. Okay, and now I've recorded 3 light cues. I'm going to go back to Q1 by pushing Q, the number that I want, enter, and go. Okay, so pretty much when you are recording the cue, you make sure that the sliders that you want are up at the percentage that you want them at, and then you make sure that you're in a blackout, and then you make sure to record Q4, enter. There you've got Q4 entered. So once everything's, I'm going to go back to Q1, Q1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so that way everything's programmed. Once everything's programmed, all you have to do is push go. And everything will be right there for you at your fingertips. I hope this answered any questions about recording and also about any of the timing questions. All right? If you have any questions, let me know. Have a good day. Bye.